What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today we want to answer the question pass or pull for our new hero ALSA. ALSA was just released. She is the new raid up hero. We tested her, we instantly summoned her to Supreme Plus, was considering to go for Paragon, might do so in the future, and I want to say I was quite surprised by her. I was quite surprised by how good she was, because in the videos that we saw, she mostly seemed like a bit of a support to Soren, bit of an enabler, because she has this ability that we saw, not Rolling Boulder, Stone Barrier, that basically lets her create stone barriers in battle. We can check that out. Let's do a little AFK stage here, where we also put her in a control team, and that has a reason. You're going to see it in a second, because it will be very quick. Check this out. Bam, bam, bam. And basically that's it for this team. Pretty tanky still, but she does a whole lot of damage, and that is something that I didn't see, that I didn't think would happen, but indeed it is actually the case. We saw her in some cases, and in this case as well, even out-damaging Carolina. We tested some situations. Mostly it is the case in the shorter fights, where you just about get one ultimate. She out-damages Carolina. We tried Crystal Defense, where of course you have a bit more time to deal high damage. And in that situation, Carolina out-damaged her. But here you see 5 kills done with just ALSA. And that is their absolute madness. And that is absolutely insane damage. So she outperformed us, or outperformed our expectations by quite a lot, actually. By quite a lot. And there are some things that I want to show you guys. Let's just hop into her skills. We have her at level 51, which in the new season unlocks her seasonal skill as well. Very nice seasonal skill. 51 is what you need on her on your regular level. Is pretty great. So her main thing is the twirling rocks, is the boulder she can move. And once she does her first ultimate, she will roll up into ball, move to a target tile, deal a ton of damage. We have this new mechanic here. Ultimate power will be its own video. And then she's in combat stance. And in combat stance, she can do a vigorous slam, which is a hit on the enemy, where she rolls into a ball, hits the enemy, and returns to her own spot. And then she will stun them for 2 seconds, which resulted in some perma stuns we've seen, which was absolutely crazy. Or, once she takes a bit of damage, she can cast Swift Evasion, where she gives herself a shield. Pretty nice. Every time she is in this ball stadium, she is immune to control effects. The other thing we made use of in this situation just now was this Rolling Boulder. ALSA senses the vibration of ley lines, locate all enemies affected by control effects, and then drops rocks on them. And that we can check out again in the AFK stage, is pretty cool. And that is also a lot that you get already by just having her at normal. You don't even need to get her past Legendary Plus in this situation. Those are the rocks, by the way. Bam, hitting the enemy, dealing a ton of magic damage. And again, she is in those swift fights that we have right now. She just dominates with a ton of damage. So that is insane. The next question that obviously is there for you guys. At which level do you want her? Do you want to pull her at which level? If so, you get the first 3 skills, of course, just with her normal sum, which is pretty nice, I would say. The hero focus is some extra haste. We can use that as well. It's pretty decent. And then you get to the mythic plus, and obviously for a lot of heroes, that is the point where they really get going. And in this situation, we get the damage increase to Vigorous Slam. Vigorous Slam is the part of our Twirling Rocks ultimate. You can see that. Vigorous Slam costs us 500 energy to cast. And we get a damage increase here by 100% if we have both stacks. Is decent, is a very nice damage increase, not bad at all. If we have cast Swift Evasion, our shield value gets increased, which is also nice. We take it, it is a very nice damage increase. It is not like it changes her functions in any way, so that is pretty nice. But how far do you want to upgrade the weapon? +5, I would recommend, because that reduces the energy cost of Vigorous Slam. It is usually 500, as you saw. Reducing that to 400 will make it way easier for you to cast that more often. Obviously getting to stacks easier, doing more damage, keeping the enemy under control. So 400, definitely a must-have. I upgrade to +10 for the reduction of the cooldown of Swift Evasion. It's usually 7 seconds, with that it's 6 seconds, keeping up her survivability. So this is not a must-have, but it is very nice. It is very nice, and I recommend it. Supreme Plus is really the same. We have a massive damage increase, their Rolling Boulder deals an extra 180% damage to enemies recently affected by multiple control effects. Rolling Boulder is this, so usually we have 250%, and with that we get an extra 180%, so it's pretty crazy. And that's something I would definitely recommend. Season level you unlock by yourself. So what do I recommend? Well, I recommend you go for Supreme Plus, really, but there is no minimum in that sense. It's not like Merrily, where the weapon unlocks her true damage and she really only deals damage once you have that. You don't really need that on this hero. And so you can use her early on, but the question is, should you summon her? And that is something we didn't really answer yet, and so I want to do that. There is always the same question that you have to ask yourself for rate-up summons. Rate-up summons all have the same disadvantage, and that is the prize pool. In the prize pool it says 10% chance for an A-level hero. If we compare that to all hero recruitment, it is 22.5%. And that is something you will definitely notice once you do the summons. You will see that in the normal rate-up summons you get like one single A-tier hero in most summons, maybe 2, but that's really it. On those all hero recruitment summons, you will often see like 4 at the same time. Will be very crazy and will be a big difference. Also, one thing to note, if you buy those summons, the all hero recruitments, it's 2,700 gems. If you buy the rate-up recruitments, it's 3,000 gems. And as I said, like, you get the triple pull easy, you can skip that. 3 A-tiers, or basically those rare icons, but it's still the same. 3 A-tier beams there, and you get them way more often. So this is really a cheaper way for you to get important heroes, just like Merrily, as we saw there. And if you can see, if we buy in like 10 at a time, we get them a bit cheaper. So you get way more A-tier heroes, and a lot of those are very, very important for your progress in the game, such as Odie, such as Merrily, because those will help you deal damage to Dream Realm bosses. So I think if you are at the really early state in the game, you don't really want to go for the rate up. You want to go for all hero recruitment, for epic recruitment, get your Odies, get your Merrilies going. But if you say, well, Wraec, I'm at the point where I have my Merrily, I have my Odie, I'm set up with my heroes, and I want to get a very good hero that pairs well with Iron, that pairs well with Carolina, that does a ton of damage, well then, get ALSA. ALSA is fun, ALSA is insane damage. And I think ALSA is one of the coolest heroes we have seen recently in the game. And so summoning her is quite fun. Wasn't planned that I get her right now, but I definitely take it. That's her animation if you haven't seen that already. Maybe that is a sign that we need to Paragon her, which is pretty interesting. For one last thing that we want to do in this video, if you don't know already, we have new Dream Realm bosses, and we just want to fight the Dream Realm boss, which is the Wolf boss. I have a tutorial on that guy, by the way. If you want to see a tutorial on that guy, we have that. And we will take Merrily out of this team, and we will instead put ALSA in there. If I can find her, she is hiding. My god, there she is. And we will just try to fight this guy with this team and see what she can do against bosses. It's a bit unfair because we leveled quite a bit after the last time I fought this guy. But she did fairly well the last time we did that, so let's see if we can get some decent damage numbers out of her and can maybe even beat this boss. So that is the thing that we want to do here. And yeah, so this boss, by the way, pretty difficult, because you get this little doggos there that jump your heroes. Not really a whole lot of fun if you don't protect them with Coco, so definitely recommend that. But as it looks, we might just be able to beat this guy now and get some numbers from our ALSA. And the thing is, you already see her ult, and the ult always moves her to the boss and back, and that is the Vigorous Slam. That is the Vigorous Slam that we see. Interestingly enough, part of her damage is locked down in this game mode because we can't really control that boss. So even though we can't control that boss, we do fairly well against him, hitting the 120 million here with ALSA and getting some nice rewards, and reaching place 1. So ALSA out-damaged by Odie on this one though. So is she the best boss damage dealer? Yeah, well, not really. You really want your Odie on this one. You want maybe your Merrily. So I think those are the go-to heroes, and that basically that keeps my point going that you want to go for OD and other stuff first. Getting an for the first season Dream Realm was interesting. Oh, that's interesting news for guys maybe as well. Wait, where is this pack? There it is. Season Essence! Progress! Maybe later. So, yeah, it keeps my point going. If you are free to play, if you are a low spender, maybe don't go for her yet. If you are late game, have your OD and everything going, then summon her. And that would be everything I have to say about her. Great hero overall. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And with that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.